Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your quarter 3, July, August, and September reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Gemini. You have some very powerful energies coming in over the next 3 months. Quarter 3 looks to bring about balance into your world and a complete regeneration of who you are. So this could be major changes when it comes to your career, your love life. This is personal growth and self-development, which does include your health. I'm also getting, for those of you that have gone through maybe a legal situation, a legal battle, or if you went through some form of unfairness, there is resolution here that leads to a new life. Bottom of the deck, this is the energies that you'll be working with, something that you could be bringing up from the surface to really help you move forward in the coming months. You have choices. You have fork in the road, and it's also card 13. In tarot, death is card 13. It's major transformation, a time of an ending to maybe a challenge, a painful experience. You're rising up here, I see. You're like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So in the month of July, you have to be fair. This is the scales. This is justice. Some of you Gemini may have been dealing with a Libra, or this could have been a karmic situation. For others of you, it was definitely an act of justice or karma or balance. Something was unfair. When the to be fair shows up, it feels like that pendulum or the scales had really tipped. So some of you may have gone through a period in the recent past where there was a tipping point, and it's leading to a completely new part of your life, but you're recovering because you have regeneration showing up here in August. I love the regeneration card. Let me tell you why. You see that there is a blueberry. I don't know if it's an actual blueberry in the illustration here, but it always reminds me of a blueberry. For those of you that do not know, blueberries are one of the power foods, wild blueberries that is. They can go through a wildfire and they will grow back hardier and stronger than before that wildfire came through. So what this means is the comeback is stronger than the setback. You're coming out of a situation stronger and more determined than ever to lead a new path, because in the month of September, you have new life. This is like the Fool energy, a brand new beginning coming in for you. But it does require you to go through this massive transformation, Gemini. This is a powerful combination. It literally, this to me is like the Justice in tarot, Major Arcana Justice, with the Judgment card, regeneration, a second chance for a new beginning, the Fool. So I feel the energies of change showing up because you have fork in the road. And right behind it, you also have all that glitters. And look at this, you have truth be told. So some sort of truth has made its way up, or you know that you haven't been either honest with yourself, or maybe someone hasn't been honest with you. And that's why you're making some big choices in your life. That's why there's truth showing up here in a profound way. And this truth is going to require you to go through this major transformation and to embrace a new beginning. And it wasn't easy. It's not going to be easy, right? It's like the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. The caterpillar probably has no idea, right, that this new beginning is going to bring about ascension, right? New heights. You're going to reach new heights. There's going to be new parts of yourself that is discovered. new gifts, new talents. Let's dive in here with the energy of July. July, to be fair, what's happening here in July? What's the overall energy, please, for Gemini? Some of you are really getting to a point where if relationships or dynamics are so off kilter, right? If those scales are so tipped, you are making the choice to do something about it. You have the Queen of Swords. There's that Libran energy. So some of you are definitely dealing with a Libra or a strong Libran. You may have Libran energies in your chart, Libran placements, or this could have even been a situation that either will occur in Libran season, which we have here, the new life in September, or it could have been past September or October that maybe some sort of shift or change occurred in your life. Now, when the Queen of Swords shows up, she's highly intuitive. She is someone who, she's straight to the truth. She's going to tell you from a factual point of view. She is very intelligent, very logical, very rational, but she also knows the power of the mind. She's all about intellect. Sometimes she can let perfectionism get the best of her. And I also feel for some of you, you may have had expectations of someone that were broken or that were shattered, or they didn't live up to your expectations. Maybe you didn't live up to theirs. Yeah, I feel like there's been an imbalance due to some sort of expectations or perfectionism. But you're moving forward with healthier boundaries from here on out. And I also feel like you bring this splash of wisdom. There's a splash of clarity coming in here that maybe you didn't have prior. This is also about intelligence and honesty. The truth shall set you free. And there is something here about the truth showing up. We also have the Five of Cups, disappointment, along with the World. Yeah, you're wrapping up this cycle of being disappointed due to unfulfilled or unrecognized potential or expectations that someone may have had or you may have had around a dream. Maybe you had high hopes, Gemini, that something was going to work out or be in your favor or turn out in your favor, and it didn't. And it left you disappointed. With the Five of Cups, this is emotional loss. It's grief. It is bitterness, disappointment. It is suppressed anger as well. It can be depression. But you've allowed yourself to sit in this energy. You've allowed yourself to heal, or at least that's where you're going with the regeneration. You've allowed yourself to maybe even hit some sort of a wall, or you fell. It's like you fell through the hole of despair at times, but that's what you're wrapping up. You have more wisdom now. When you know better, you do better. And that's what I see showing up. Or you may also be completing a cycle that has been very difficult, very challenging, maybe a financial settlement, or I feel like this is more emotional. So it may have to do with family or, close ties, close connections. It could be a love interest here, but you have the World card, which is no more setbacks, right? It is bringing balance back into something where you either kept going back and forth, you kept repeating a pattern or a cycle, or you didn't have the closure that you wanted in order to fully heal or move forward. Let's clarify. Spirit, why do we have the Queen of Swords here for Gemini? What's the Queen of Swords bringing about? Queen of Swords is someone who, she's not in her emotions as much. Does she have them? Yes. But she's also not leading with her emotions. And that's what we see you may have done in the past. You may have led, based on your emotions, or you had to sit. It's almost as if you were forced to sit in these feelings. They were uncomfortable. But now, because your overall energy is the Queen of Swords, you're more logical. You have more of a, mental or logical energy around a situation, and it's helping you wrap up a cycle. And look at that, helping you move forward. 3 of Wands. This is moving forward. And I feel like 3 weeks could be significant here for you. Some of you, there could be an important date around that 3-week mark. The 3 of Wands is all about choices being made. Choices have been made here. This is about patience, hard work, not taking your eye off of the prize, not taking your eye off some sort of completion. Like you've completed a cycle, now it's time to move forward. And that's what I see you doing in the month of August. Let's get one more card here to clarify the World showing up in the month of July. Spirit, what's the World? What's this completion? Yeah, like I said, something that you've been going back and forth on. 2 of Pentacles. You felt a lot of distress, possibly financial distress. You've taken on a lot. You felt like those, scales have been imbalanced. You see that there's balance here, but when it's in reverse, it can be about taking on too much. There's a lot happening here. You may have been taking on the weight of the world in a way, literally the world. And I feel like things are starting to come into balance here for you all around here, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, in your physical world. The Pentacles is the realm of the material world. So if it feels like things have been chaotic, your physicality here, the physical piece is starting to show up, and you're moving forward with more balance than maybe you felt in the recent past due to some emotional turmoil. So let's take a look here at the month of August. What do we have here for August? We have regeneration, Phoenix rising. Some of you may even live near volcanic activity. This could also be a place that has been touched by some sort of fires. Okay, some of you may have even gone through an experience where fire, maybe there was something that started on fire here. But I feel for the majority of you, there's regrowth. There is a regeneration taking place. You could be bringing something back to life. This could be you coming back to life after a significant challenge, right? In your health even. This is more vitality. You see that there's green showing up. And sometimes people would think, wow, how could something even grow from such destruction? Well, because Gemini, you're you, and there's nothing that you can't come out of. So let's clarify regeneration. Some of you may be 38 years old, 46 years old, or 39. Yeah, we have 38 and 39 showing up here for you. Let's take a look here. Regeneration. What do we have for Gemini? Oh, wow. You can't make that up. What did we say this tarot card represented earlier? We said the Judgment card, right? There's the Judgment card. There's complete liberation here. This is freedom. This is second chance. This is also letting go of regrets, letting go of karma. Some of you, it is a major awakening. This is changing your life for the better, and that's what we see showing up here. There's a second chance to love after loss, to create financial abundance after maybe financial distress. This can be a time to recover and heal after a health setback. For some of you, someone has done you dirty, deceived you in some way, shape, or form, or this is you getting honest with yourself. I am getting here, this is really highlighted. Look at, we have all that glitters, and that can be, wearing a mask, which, I mean, the wolf is wearing the sheep on top of it. So it's like something was masked here, but there's truth coming out. and there's truth coming out that's leading to liberation in some way, shape, or form. But when the Seven of Swords shows up, something is being revealed. There's exposure. Something was or is being put out in the open. Something may have been shown to you in order for you to have this new beginning. That's exactly what it is here. Spirit, what else do we have for Gemini? We have the Five of Wands, competition. Bottom of the deck, they said, look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Hermit. So there is wisdom here through some sort of solitude while you had to regenerate, heal, or work on a significant change, or to get honest with oneself, or to deal with the healing of some sort of rejection or deception. You have the Five of Wands, which, you know, it looks like these two children, they're just trying to fly the kites, but the kites are getting intertwined and they're looking at each other and they're angry. So it's not even the soul, it's not even them, it's the egos, right? The ego, it's like battle of the ego here. And they're facing each other. So there's something here about battling the ego, either with yourself or with another. But the truth is that these two children, right, they probably want to work together. They just want to fly their darn kites. Why is that so hard to do? But it's like a gust of wind comes in and it derails those carefully woven plans that we have set out for our destiny, for our lives. And I feel like you are coming back from this energy, and whatever battle of the ego or some form of criticism, self-criticism even, or competitiveness that you have been dealing with, you're being freed from that energy. Let's clarify, Spirit. Tell me about the Judgment card showing up, please, for Gemini. What's the Judgment card here for? King of Swords and Queen of Swords. Now we're seeing some form of divine counterpart. So for some of you, you were dealing with, excuse me, you were dealing with another person who there was a major communication barrier between you and this person. There may have been ghosting, there may have been blocking, there may have been miscommunication, there may have been lies, there may have been cheating, there may have been manipulation, there may have been win at all costs personality here. Someone with the Five of Swords, I mean, that's mental conflict. Look at the person in the back. You know, blood has been spilled here, but the person on the back, they don't care because they won. Does that really feel like a win? It feels like a whole lot of headache here. And King of Swords could also mean if you're not dealing with another person, this could be balancing up of the masculine and the feminine energies within oneself, one that was causing a lot of distress, right? Because it's like there was a part of you that wasn't fully able to communicate with yourself, or you weren't able to understand your own truth. And it caused a lot of turmoil here. But I do feel like a lot of you, this is external. This is someone else that may have deceived you and caused a lot of mental distress. That's what you're freeing yourself from. A lot of competitiveness. We see the two fives. And I was going to say earlier, I mean, I prefer the Five of Wands over the Five of Swords. But this is also, it is also coercion. It almost feels like someone was trying to, excuse me, manipulate or coerce a situation to happen in their favor, and it backfires. That's exactly what happens. Something backfires because someone was trying to be sneaky, someone was trying to get away with something, or they lied about it. That's not going to go over well for another person. Or if this is you, Gemini, I mean, something's not going to go over well. It's going to backfire. If truth is not the priority here or the highest good of all, it's going to backfire for this person who's being dishonest. Yeah, because regeneration is taking place here. Also, I'm picking up on some of you may have been dealing with, you know, a liar, a cheater, someone who wasn't honest with themselves. They may be freeing themselves from a karmic situation where there was a lot of competition. And I feel like They may be getting honest with themselves about, what it takes to fully recover. And maybe, I have to say here, we've all been through this regeneration. And when we feel like our lives are being taken over by molten lava, right? When it feels like we don't have a choice, we do things under pressure, right? We do things that we normally wouldn't do because we're not in our right mind, quite literally, with the 5 of Swords. And it's not an excuse, right? So whether this is you or someone else, it's not an excuse. But when we're able to realize that, we don't know the shoes that someone else has walked, but we most likely have been through those feelings in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like there is something here about forgiveness. There is an energy here around offering grace, offering an opportunity to, again, freedom, liberation, free yourself from this, or not harbor resentment or feelings of hate or anger, right? Bitterness, resentment, greed, whatever it may be. And to know that everyone is on their own soul's path and their own soul's journey. Now, where are you headed here, Gemini? In the month of September, there's a lot of changes. We have new life. You're waking up from the shadows, from the despair, from some sort of imbalance. There could be a new offer here in terms of love, in terms of money. Let's take a look. What's this new life all about here for Gemini in the month of September? Oh, I love that. Strength, compassion, kindness. A lot of you Gemini are getting in touch with your wounded ego. This can also be about you loving yourself through all those insecurities, all those flaws, all of those traumas, all of the parts of yourself that are ugly, right? Or maybe even all of the parts of someone else that are ugly. You see that this little girl, she's holding on to this gator. And most people would think, why the heck would you do that? They're angry, they're fierce, they just want to eat you. They don't have a heart, there's no love there. So it's about compassion. When the Strength card shows up, it's about you embracing your shadows, the parts of you that tend to sabotage. And for some of you, it takes patience, it takes discipline, it takes courage. And you have all of that here. In order to create this new life, compassion is required and necessary. The Strength card is such a powerful energy between man and beast, right? Or between our spiritual side and our earthly human experience. It is blending the two. It's very sexual. It can be our sexual urges. It can be our innocence, right? It can be enduring traumas and understanding that they don't have to define you in a way that holds you back. And that's what you're realizing here with the regeneration. Something within yourself that you may have critiqued, right? Or other people may have critiqued and told you, Gemini, you're not good enough, or you're controlling, you're bossy, you're whatever it may be, or maybe you did this to others. I am getting a strong, judgment energy here, but you are embracing it, or you're looking at it from a new point of view, and it's leading you to take some massive changes internally, to shift your energy internally, and you're going to see externally it starts to show up in your world. What do we have here for Gemini? We have, better cover her up here. We have the Queen of Cups, intuition. This is a heart, a heart chakra activation. That's what this is all about. This is emotional intelligence, someone who gives great advice. She's empathic. She's a healer. She's a lover, right? And that's what you want here, Gemini. You want to be a lover, not a fighter. You know when to fight, right? You know when to fight for a cause. You know when to fight for justice, fight for freedom. But you also know when to open your heart, when to walk away from something. And I feel like you are being discerning. There's discernment happening here. But there's also possibly new love or an opportunity to increase your intuition and act upon your spiritual gifts. And look at this. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is change. Change that turns destiny's wheel. This is a new life because you are strong enough and courageous enough to listen to your own intuition. This alters the course of your destiny. Alters the course of your destiny. This is a turning point in your life. No longer repeating the cycles of the past. For some of you, you may have thought you were cursed, right? You may have thought that you've gone through a period of bad luck, whatever name you want to call it, or karma, right? And maybe that was the case. Maybe you did go through a period of karma or massive growth, massive transformation. Like I said here, when you're going through some sort of struggle, it's not easy. But I feel like the end is in sight, or if you've already started to embrace the beginning, you're still acclimating to this new you or to this new perspective or to a major heart opening. You may still be acclimating to forgiveness or releasing some sort of hurt or pain that you dealt with. All right, Spirit, what do we have for this Wheel of Fortune showing up? This is also money, right? It's good, opportunities coming your way. So this could be in terms of a new career. This could be retirement. For others of you, this is a love for what you do. Some of you are healers, you're nurturers, or you just put your heart and soul into what you do, including your relationships, including your career. Spirit, can we please clarify here the Wheel of Fortune showing up in September? There could be a new home coming in here. I am getting strong Ace of Pentacles. Okay, or I'll take the Ace of Swords. There's the truth being revealed, but I also feel like there's a new beginning in the material world. And this starts from thought, right? Your thoughts create your reality. And perhaps that's why I'm getting that Ace of Pentacles, because through your beliefs, through your thoughts, you're creating something here in your material world. Even if you haven't quite seen it yet, it's going to manifest here sooner rather than later. There's the Fool. So look at that. All the cards besides the Justice are showing up here for you. The major arcanas that I resonate with this deck. New life. There's the Fool. There's taking that leap of faith towards a passionate new beginning. Page of Wands is staying curious. You're the student here. It's saying, allow your enthusiasm and your inspiration for your career, for your projects, your relationships, maybe a course of study that you're on. Some of you, this has to do with new learning. It has to do with turning point, going back and getting some sort of a degree, and being in that beginner's mindset when it comes to this new beginning. It doesn't matter if you're 38, 39, or 46. You can still keep your heart open to enthusiasm and joy and happiness and magic. And for some of you, because we have the Queen of Cups, this could be an inspirational new beginning where you fall in love, like some sort of passion turns into love. It's not lust. Okay, I feel like this is inspiration meets intuition. And also, you could even be manifesting some sort of divine counterpart, if that's what you're seeking. And you could start a new life with this person. For others of you, I definitely get with that Wheel of Fortune. You are focusing on your finances, your stability. And for those of you who may have even had a near-death experience, or perhaps you've gone through a major health setback, you're going to feel better come September. You're going to feel, some of you, it's like you had knee replacement surgery or shoulder replacement, and it feels like a whole new you. A whole new you is what I'm getting. Now, it may not be an actual surgery. Some of you, this can be psychic surgery. You've really been working with your guides, working with your ancestors, your angels, your higher power in order to make massive changes, you know, not just on a cellular level and energetic level, but physically. And I feel September, we're going to see a lot of that physical, okay? With the major arcana showing up, even though I don't see a pentacle. Spirit, can you tell me about the physical that I'm tuning into here? I feel like we're going to see a pentacle. And there's the pentacle. And there's your divine counterpart. Oh, I told you. See, we're going from the king and the queen of swords in reverse, where communication was completely haywire, right? Some sort of communication breakdown. And whether we are rejuvenating or regenerating, I should say, that energy. So there could be something you're bringing back to life that comes from a place of love versus ego. That could be the case for some of you. For others of you, this is a brand new beginning, a second chance to have this divine counterpart, which is what we just said here. I'm going to cover her up again. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. They are loving. They are, you know, sometimes they can be the couple that are very, you know, very loving, touchy, affectionate. They say sweet things to each other. People can be jealous of this type of relationship here because they are able to communicate effectively and they're able to show each other that they're loved. There's mutual respect. There is boundaries, but there's also a deep trust between the two of them. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So there's your pentacle. This could also be a partnership that is based on, you know, manifesting from a higher place, from love, basically. And also 9 of Pentacles is creating a life that you're proud of, creating a life that you love. This is security, self-sufficiency, enjoying the fruits of your labor, paying off. So, I mean, Gemini, whatever you got going on here, this looks really beautiful. Let's get a message here from Inspire Ripples and see what quotes or messages Spirit has for you. For those of you interested in any of the decks used during these readings, you can find them all in the description box below the video. Gemini, what do we have, please, for Gemini, please? We have, what makes you come alive? Gemini, what makes you come alive? Do that. The world needs more people who have come alive. What are you doing here? Regeneration. You're coming back to life. The world needs you. That's Spirit's reminder. And lastly, you are never too small to make a difference. You're never too small, nor is any act that you do, right? You may feel like it doesn't make a difference or it's not that big of a deal, but it is, because energy is energy. Energy doesn't have a size, right? It doesn't have a size. It is transformational despite how much you think of, you know, of an act or of you being of service or whatever it may be. You are never too small to make a difference, and you are making a difference. So do what makes you come to life, right? The world needs more people who have come alive, and that's exactly what you're doing over the course of the next 3 months. That's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Lots of love.